welcome to my magical readathon vlog. This is just gonna be one long vlog of all my reading, all the things I do during the month of September for the magical readathon, the autumn equinox, because normally I would try and do like weekly vlogs to show what I'm reading, but I'm just not reading that much, like that consistently, so I just thought it would be better to just put it all in one video. That way it's less strain on my schedule, and also the videos won't be like super boring because I'm not really reading. So we're gonna do that. We'll start with the fact that I'm about to go to sleep because it's currently midnight. I just got home from a Harry Potter movie that my college was showing on campus outdoors. They had a big old movie screen and they played Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, and they actually had free like stuffable bears, so of course I stuffed a bear and I gave him a Slytherin uniform, and he's so cute, and I've decided his name is Draco Bearfoy. And if you think that's stupid, you can fight me because I think it's cute. And he's so cuddly and like soft. So he's my new best friend. Really, really fun. I had a great time, but I'm just super tired. But I wanted to start this vlog now because it is September the 4th. So I thought starting it as early as possible in the month would be great. So yeah, let's get into my reading plans. So if you've seen any of my like TBR videos, whether it's my September reset or my fall TBR, you already know what I'm planning to read this month, but I thought I'll take you through it again. So I'm currently reading Fear the Flames by Olivia Rose Darling. I've been reading this for quite a bit just because when I started I was really into it, and then I started school, and of course that's been taking up all my time, but I've been slowly reading whenever I can. I'm currently on page 166, which is chapter 25, so I guess you could say I'm like halfway through. I've been setting 50-page intervals for myself for this just because it helps me stay consistent. I say that, but I've only read a chapter today and I haven't really, been that consistent, but I'm trying to stay consistent, and I feel like that is the best way to do it with all of the coursework I have and just other commitments I have, like trying to fit it in. And reading is so important to me, and obviously I want to do this readathon, so trying to finish this. It's not that it's bad, I'm actually really enjoying it. It's just I feel like we're halfway through and the actual plot, like the whole overarching plot, we've barely seen. Like I know what's supposed to happen, I know what's like been set up to happen, I'm just waiting for it to happen. That's the only problem I have with this so far. Other than that, I'm really enjoying the fantasy setting, and the characters are really well done, and just overall like fun to read about. Like they're interesting and they actually like make me want to pick up the book. It's not like, there's too much plot and I don't care about the characters. It's more like I love the characters and I know the plot's gonna be good, I'm just kind of waiting on it. That's how I feel right now. So hopefully I can read more of this soon. I'm really excited to finish this. Yeah. Then as for what I want to start next, I'm thinking I want to pick up Belladonna by Adeline Grace, because this is a library book, so I have limited time on this, and I know I can renew it, but I'm not sure if someone has requested it after me, so I kind of want to get this out of the way. Plus it's more like spooky, it's more gothic, so it'll be more of a fall type book. I feel like I love reading fantasy in the fall, but I feel like a spooky, I guess this is a fantasy. I don't really know for sure. I'll find out. But like more spooky books, like that's gonna get me into the fall. I'm so excited. That is all I have for this update right now. I did want to show you my scarf progress because I am learning how to crochet. So I'm in the process of doing my first project, which is this scarf. And I did not lose my place, thankfully. But this is what it's looking like so far. It's still kind of thin, but the length is really great, so I can kind of go like this. Like I think this width is fine, but I wanted it to be more like a thicker scarf, so, or I guess wider scarf. So I just need to keep doing this more. So this will be great to do when I listen to my audiobook, which my audiobook will be for A Discovery of Witches, most likely, if I don't start another audiobook. I haven't really been in the audiobook mood lately though, so I don't know if that will actually happen. But this will be my like other hobby besides reading that I will be doing when I'm not doing homework and when I'm not reading. Hey guys, I'm back with a little update. It's currently Sunday night, of September 8th. And I've made a little bit more progress in the books I've been reading, but I also wanted to update because I finished my scarf tonight. It's really like simple, like with the tassels and everything and just like the solid color, but this is my first crochet project, so I'm really proud of myself. And it only took me like, I think a week, maybe two, I don't even know, but it was just a lot of fun and it was just good practice too. So I don't know if I'll like trim the tassels yet. I feel like they're kind of long, but I also kind of like it. Just very like wintry. Like this is gonna be my like Christmas scarf. So I'm really proud of myself. I'm so happy, and I'm excited to start my next project. I don't know what it's gonna be yet, just because I haven't decided like how big of a commitment I want to do. Like it'd be so cool to do a sweater or something, but that's gonna be way more complicated. So I'll have to decide, but I will definitely update you when I do start. But as for the reading updates, some progress in Fear the Flames, and I'm up to page 204. So what chapter is that? Chapter 29. So slowly but surely I'm making my way through it. My goal was to finish it this past weekend, but that did not happen just because over the weekends, like I'm so tired from my busy weeks of like school and like the gym 5 days a week and all the other things I do that I just want to rot. So I kind of just do nothing. Like I do stuff, but like I mainly just chill out. And I also work on Saturdays, so I'm really just exhausted. But I did read a bit today and I plan to read, or at least finish the chapter I'm on before bed, because I stopped midway through a chapter because I fell asleep. But that's okay. I'm still really enjoying this. I just still kind of feel like I'm waiting for the like main part to happen. Like we've been building up for this heist that they're gonna steal back her dragons for like the entire book, and I'm a little over halfway through and we still haven't gotten there. Like we're still building up to it, so I feel like we should be there by now. So that's not really like a super intense critique. It's more just like, okay, I'm ready to get into it, but I've been really enjoying the characters and how the romance is building. Also have started In the Company of Witches by Aurelie Wallace. I got this from the library the other day, and this follows a witch named Bryn. She lives with her two aunts, so it's kind of like a Sabrina Spellman situation, where she lives with her two aunts and they basically own this bed and breakfast. And it's super cozy. Like it's set in fall. Oh my gosh, the vibes of this are fantastic. Like this is such a good like fall book so far. And basically what happens is they have this guest staying at their bed and breakfast and she's murdered. So they have to figure out this murder mystery thing. But they're like the main, I guess not suspects, but the main players in this investigation, I guess. But Bryn can definitely help with this investigation because she is a witch of the dead. However, she can't really use her powers anymore, so that will be a whole thing. I've really just started it. I'm on chapter 4, which is page 36, and it's super short. Like it's a tiny little book, so this will be fun to just like casually read. Like this wasn't planned, but I was thinking about this book after I saw it in a YouTube video, and I was like, I'd love to read that. Like that's so vibey, but I don't think my library will have it. Sure enough, my library did have it, so here it is. Everybody, well, I apologize if I sound really weird right now. I'm currently kind of sick, mainly just like my allergies, my congestion and everything is awful right now. I felt a lot worse earlier today, so thankfully I'm feeling a lot better. I just have a deeper robot voice right now. So I'm sorry for that, but hopefully that goes away soon. I've been really busy so far this month, and we're about halfway, I think, yeah, halfway through September, and I was supposed to be participating in the magical readathon this month, but I've been having a very slow reading month. Like I have not had motivation to film or to read, and honestly it's just been kind of hectic and chaotic, but I'm finally getting into that mood. So I'm really excited to read more and hopefully read as much as I can in the last couple weeks of September. I don't really think I'll finish all the books I had hoped to read, but I'm okay with that just because, with school and everything and then all the things I'm doing and then getting a little bit sick, I'm like, okay, we're just gonna do the best we can. So, last time you saw me, I think I was still reading Fear the Flames by Olivia Rose Darling, and I'm so happy to say that I finally finished this a little bit ago. I think a couple days ago I finished this, and I'm so glad to be done with it. Not that it was bad, I really enjoyed this. It's just that I was reading this for probably over a month. Not on purpose, like that was a complete accident just because life started lifing. So it just took me forever to actually get through this, but I did really enjoy it. I'm sad to say that it wasn't a 5-star. I had hoped it would be a 5-star. I predicted it would be a 5-star read for me. It was a 4-star. I still enjoyed it. I like the characters a lot, and the world and like the setup for, I guess, like future books and everything. I just felt like it took a bit to get into the actual plot that was like supposed to happen. It felt like it was like over halfway through the book before we got to stuff happening, but like I didn't mind. Like all the stuff and all the scenes we got were really enjoyable, and I liked reading about the characters. So I wouldn't say that's necessarily like a critique of this book. I do highly recommend it. It's a great romantasy, and it's the first book in a series, so I will be continuing the series. I think the next book gets published next year, 2025, so I'll definitely be picking that up. But yeah, I'm just happy to have like finally finished it. And then I did pre-order the finished copy of this. It should be arriving tomorrow, so when I get it, I will do an unboxing for you. Then recently I did finally start Muse of Nightmares. I finally just like got over myself and forced myself to start reading, and I am already up to part 2, which is chapter 16 and page 133. So I've made quite a bit of progress in this just because I missed being with these characters so much. Like I did just reread Strange the Dreamer, and that was amazing, but to actually like continue on with what happens, because it picks up right after Strange the Dreamer, and now I kind of wish I just read it right after Strange the Dreamer, but I didn't for whatever reason. But still, I'm loving it, and I'm just so intrigued, but also like still like clenching my teeth a bit because things are tense, but it's so good, and I'm annotating it. I haven't annotated it that much just because this first part not that much has happened. It's been kind of like slower and more expository, but I don't mind that just because I'm just so happy to be back in this world with my characters. But I'm really nervous, so I will definitely be updating you on this. Obviously no spoilers because this is the sequel, but this is one of my most anticipated reads ever. Like, you know, my anticipated 5-star reads ever. So I'm really pumped. I did have 2 more books on my September TBR, and that was Belladonna and A Discovery of Witches. And I think out of the 2, the one I'm more likely to get to is Belladonna, honestly, just because I know it's YA and it's going to be quicker. But, you know, this is also a library copy, so I'll have to return it eventually. So maybe in that case I'll do A Discovery of Witches. I think I like this, and I am still excited for it. I just don't know if I'm in as much of a like mood for this anymore. Like, not saying that this is too dense for me, because arguably Muse of Nightmares is a dense like fantasy world, and this is kind of the same thing, but it's also like the start of a new series, and I'm like, I don't know if that's exactly what I want right now, so maybe, but you know, I think out of these two, Belladonna might be the one I go to next if I get to it, but who knows, we might get to both of them. Never say never, you know? But yeah, I kind of have been in a reading slump, so it feels really good to be like excited to read again and excited to film videos, because I love doing it so much. And I also just hate like not posting for a while because I don't know, I just feel bad. So I've been trying to stay consistent, and I think I just need to, you know, force myself to make it a priority in my routine, which I'm really trying to do. So hopefully this cold can go away. I'm about to get ready for bed and read more of Muse of Nightmares, and I'm so excited. So I'll see you when I see you. Hey everybody, hope you're doing good. As you can probably hear, I'm much less congested, much less sick. I still feel it like a little bit, like mainly the congestion part of it is definitely still there, but I feel so much better, and I'm so glad because I hate feeling sick. So that's very good news. So now I feel a lot more like myself, and I'm super excited about that. I just got home from work. It's currently Saturday, and I am ready for a self-care homework night. Unfortunately, it won't really be like chill night. Like, I have homework to do, but I'm sacrificing tonight so that tomorrow I can do whatever I want. And I have some great plans for tomorrow. So I'm really excited because I'm gonna get my work out of the way, and then I do have like, you know, just regular chores I need to do. Like, I need to clean my bathroom, I need to put my Halloween lights back up because they have unfortunately fallen back down. I need to do laundry, I need to vacuum, like, you know, just kind of mundane, boring stuff, but like I enjoy that. So I'll like put on some music or an audiobook or something in the background while I do that. So that'll be very fun. And then I'm planning to read a bunch. Let's get into the reading updates. Mainly, the biggest one is that I have read a lot more of Muse of Nightmares. And this is one of those books where it's like, yes, it took me forever to get to it, and I'm like so glad I finally got to it. But it's one of those books where like it's just consuming my mind. Like, it's really all I think about. You know those books where like even if you're in class and you should be thinking about the lecture, you're thinking about these characters and you're thinking about how like dramatic it is and how like tense it is, and like that's literally how I have been this whole week, is because I've been reading this. But I'm currently on page 250, so basically halfway through, and I will say, like, where we're at in the story, it is very much like a standstill, but that doesn't mean things aren't happening. I can't really say too much, but basically the main characters haven't really done much, but like a lot has been revealed that has like changed a lot of the story and like how I think about certain characters and just events in general. So like a lot of progress has been made and like my mind is already blown and we're already halfway. So like we're kind of at a standstill physically. I'm just waiting for things to like really kick up, but like it's so good, and I'm like just like clenching every time I read this, like not because it's like stressful, well okay it is stressful, but just because I'm like enjoying it so much, I think. And oh my god, I'm obsessed with this book so much, and like when I say that, I like truly mean it. Like every other page I think I have something to annotate. It doesn't really look like that because I'm trying not to go too overboard, but I think I have some decent annotations so far, if you can see that. So I'm very excited to make more progress in this. Honestly, this is so ambitious, but if I could finish this tomorrow, that'd be amazing. I won't make any goals though. But another exciting thing is that I have some packages, which I know what this is. This, I think I know what it is, but it's just really interesting because it's so thin. But this is a pre-order from Barnes & Noble. I ordered this a while ago when they were having their like 25% off pre-order sale, and normally I like never really pre-order books, but I went ahead and just treated myself to this one because I knew I'd enjoy this book, I knew I'd really love this book, and I did end up loving it, so I just wanted to have the final copy because from what I've seen, it's just absolutely gorgeous. So here we go. If we can get, oh, I mean, that was like halfway satisfying. I'll take it. Gosh, this is gorgeous. Oh my gosh. I love unboxing books so much. Normally I like go out and shop for books, but I might have to start ordering more books online because I love the feeling of like unwrapping, unboxing a book. I have the finished copy of Fear the Flames by Olivia Rose Darling. Obviously you've seen me hold up the ARC for like ages, and that was just like, you know, a plain little proof. But finally we have the beautiful finished edition. Look at that. Oh my gosh, isn't that beautiful? And then here's the back. Oh my gosh, that is so amazing. Okay, let's open her up. Oh my gosh, the map is so beautiful. Okay, there's nothing under the dust jacket, unfortunately, like this. I love the green though, but I love how this looks. It looks like one of those old books that you see when you're in a thrift store and like you're like, what is this history book? I don't care about it, but like it's just something about it looks so cool. Okay, and wait till you see this map. This is absolutely stunning. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, when I publish my fantasy book, whoever like drew this map, I want them to do mine because this is gorgeous. And it was really hard to read the book without seeing a physical map because there's so many locations mentioned, and I wish I could picture them when I was reading this, but this will be so fun to like just stare at and study and like remember the places they were in and like everything that happened. Oh my gosh, this is absolutely beautiful. Yes! Oh my gosh, I'm so happy to have this, and I'm so happy to have like read this early. Obviously I won't be reading from like this copy, I guess, unless I decide to do a reread. That'd be really fun. But yeah, I'm just so happy to have this. I think it's so beautiful, and yeah, I'm just very pumped. I will have to do a bookshelf reorganization though, because I don't really know where I'm gonna put it. And then now let's open this mysterious thin little package. Okay, that one was much better. Oh yeah! I remember this. Okay, so before I reveal it, this is what it says. I just love the design of this, like the whole like marketing thing. Okay, and then we have the art print. These are the two main characters. So this is Elowen and this is Caden, and this is the art print. And I got this because when I like pre-ordered it, the author was having a thing where if you pre-order and you submit your receipt or order number or something, they send you a free little art print. So I signed up and it's so beautiful. I love it so much. I really don't know where I'll put this. If I have room, I'll display it on my shelf. But yeah, that's just beautiful. I wish I could draw like that. So yay, I'm so excited. Hey everybody, I'm back with a little update. I can't remember the last time I updated. I'm pretty sure it was Saturday night. It's currently Tuesday now, and I wasn't planning to have this going on for like this long, but I was also planning to keep this video going until I finished Muse of Nightmares. And I have some exciting news. I haven't finished it yet, but I'm so close. I have, let me show you, that much left. And I spent pretty much like a good chunk of Monday just binge reading this. Like I read so much of it, and I really had hoped to finish it Monday, but I did not. So tonight is gonna be the night that I finish it because I'm just so ready. I'm so ready to like be done with it, not in a bad way, but just to like finally feel like satisfied and accomplished that I have read my most anticipated, most excited for a book that like I've ever had. And you know, I'm still feeling that, not like regret, like it's not like really bad that I haven't read it until now, but just kind of the satisfaction that like I finally did it. So I'm really excited, and I have so many tabs. If you can see, I've been going crazy. I've been having some very like emotional and just like, what's the word, I guess out loud reactions. Like not really dramatic, but like I've been vocal and like physical with my reactions, so it's been a lot of fun. I'm satisfied because I read this for the magical readathon prompt, which was read a book that will make you emotional, and I definitely nearly teared up. I didn't actually cry, but I was almost there. So we can check that off the list. It has fulfilled the prompt. I'm about to do that with my new friend. My new frog with his little witch hat. My boyfriend's mom got this for me. I've just been spending some time with my boyfriend recently, and we've been doing these like spooky movie nights, and his mom makes a themed dinner for us, and it's so sweet and it's so much fun. And yeah, so we watched Scream, and then we watched Silence of the Lambs also for the past couple nights, and it's just been so fun. Like I've slowly been getting into the spooky mood, which has been great. Before I get into reading, I want to talk more about like my reading plans next. because I've been thinking a lot about it, and I don't know, I have a lot of thoughts. So on my September TBR, I also had Belladonna, as you know, and A Discovery of Witches. And really, I don't think I'm going to get to this because it's so dense and thick, and I still want to read it. I just don't think it's going to be now. And I was thinking about Belladonna, and I do still want to read it, but I'm just like not crazy about it. And I low-key have failed the magical readathon. Like, I have not really done that well, partially because September has like flown by, and like I don't even know where the time has gone. I feel like I kind of just blinked and it's passed. That's definitely my own fault. Like, I feel like I'm just not even awake. But I feel like I just have not been really here this month. I had really hoped to read this for the magical readathon. I just don't think I'm gonna get to it. So I think maybe if I do start it, it'll be on audiobook, and I'll go ahead and put a hold for the audiobook because I have to return this soon, and I'm just way more excited about a lot of other books like on my physical TBR, and I'm really wanting to read some of them. So I think I'm gonna stick to those and prioritize some of those. And I think what has caused that is that I've been reading Muse of Nightmares, obviously, and it's a YA fantasy, and it's just kind of reignited my love for fantasy. Like, not that I ever fell out of love with it, but just like how much I can care about characters and a story and how invested I can get into it. Like, reading Muse of Nightmares has made me realize again why I love reading, and I just love that feeling so much. And it's also one of those books where like I just don't want to stop reading. Like, there have been some books sometimes where I'm enjoying it, like it's a great story, I'm loving the characters, I'm loving a lot of things about it, but I'm just not as invested, and like I want to read it, but I'm not like, oh my gosh, I cannot put this down. Like, that's how I feel with Muse of Nightmares, and it's a great feeling. So I want to find more books that make me feel like that. So I think I'm gonna try and purposefully pick up a book that gives me that feeling next. Not necessarily like a 5-star feeling, but just something I think I'm really gonna be invested in. So I have a couple ideas, and I'm gonna also try and stick to the fall TBR I set, if you've seen that video, because I do want to read some spooky books now that it's officially fall, but we'll just have to see, because there are some books that I'm like literally like I get so excited about just thinking about them. Like, I don't know, that's such a great feeling, but it's great because I just know I'm not in a slump, and I just love not being in a slump. Sorry if this lighting is like actually terrible. I'm trying to like set the vibes and motivate myself to like study for my exams and, you know, do the things I need to do, but I took a nap today and I'm so tired. I'm also on my period, so I'm just not really feeling great right now, but hey, at least I'm not sick anymore. Okay, let's look on my shelves. I feel like I'm going shopping on my shelf, which is so fun because I definitely don't need to go book shopping, but I've been having that itch recently and it's dangerous, so we're not gonna do that. So let's see. This one I've been thinking about. This one. This one. I have 4 options, and you know, I'm not really sure which one I'll do. Maybe I'll do the thing where I read the first sentence, and whichever one intrigues me the most, I'll go with that. I have one I'm like really leaning towards, but I don't know if I'm gonna make that choice right now. So I have The Invocations by Crystal Sutherland. This is on my October TBR, and I know it is still September, like it's the end of September, but I feel like this is gonna be a great like transitional book, like to really get me in the spooky mood. This is a YA thriller, I think, and I'm sure you've seen me talk about it before if you watched my fall TBR video, but I think it's, yeah, supernatural killer, which is really intriguing. Like, that sounds so cool, and it's like murder mystery, and I feel like this will be good and like to keep up the momentum that I've been having recently. And then I have Caraval. I've been thinking a lot about this because, like I said, I'm kind of in a YA fantasy mood, and this is still like very magical and very like in-depth world building, and I do really want to read the Once Upon a Broken Heart series, and I want to read this series first. So I feel like I should get a start on that. Plus, the map in this is like gorgeous. Like, that's beautiful. I love that so much. So I feel like this will be, or at least I hope it'll be fast-paced. I have Twilight, which I'm on the fence about this because I feel like this is gonna be one where like I either love it or I hate it, and I don't really know which box I'm gonna go in. Obviously I know the story, like I've seen the movie, but I feel like the book is gonna be a whole different animal. I don't really know. I might wait on this one, but I just feel like it would be kind of silly and fun. And then I have House of Earth and Blood, Crescent City 1 by Sarah J Maas. And this is the one that I'm like really leaning towards because I know it's like a really big book and I'd planned to read this in November, but I just feel called to it because it's just, her fantasy worlds are just so amazing and she's just such a great writer that like I know this book will like keep up that momentum and like keep me out of the slump, you know? So I just feel like Sarah J Maas is always the cure for like what to read. Her. I think what I might do is like do the first sentence thing and see which one I feel pulled towards. And if I really can't decide, I think it's just between these three now. I really don't think I'll pick up Twilight next. But if I really can't decide, then I'll either have like my boyfriend pick or something. If I can't, I do also have these reader roulette cards that I got. They're like kind of like TBR cards, like you just draw one and it has a different reading prompt on it. So definitely plan to do a video with this, like a reading vlog. I think it'd be really cool. So if I really can't decide, then maybe I'll choose one of these, and you know, they're all kind of fantasy, so it won't be helpful if I get a card that says read a fantasy book, but maybe we'll try it out. We'll have to figure it out. But yeah, these are definitely the top contenders. First, we need to finish Muse of Nightmares, which I'm going to do right now, and I'm really excited but also still really nervous because we're still in the thick of it. Like we're still like going through it. Like they have not had a break. And yeah, I'm still loving this book, but as for like some brief thoughts, I obviously am obsessed with it, but the biggest issue I have, like this is not going to affect my rating, this is not really going to affect how I feel about it, but my biggest issue with this is that the world has kind of expanded a lot. Like we've got a lot of new information, we've got some new characters, and I just wish there was more. Like this is the last book, like there is no more to the story after I finish this, which is heartbreaking because there is so much more she could do with it, and I just wish she did. Like if she had written 10 more books in this world following, it doesn't even have to follow the main characters, like it doesn't have to follow Laszlo or Sarai or anything. Even if it followed other people in this, I would want to read it all. Even if it was a backstory following the villain who I absolutely hate and who is awful. Like I literally hate him and he's horrible. I mean, he's not really a big character in this, but you know what I mean? Even if I got like that backstory, if you know what I'm talking about, you know. Even if I got that, I would still read that book because I love the lore of this world. Like it's just so fascinating to me. And I just feel like there's so much that could be expanded on and that was brought into this book that we're not going to get answers to and we're not going to get more glimpses of. And I wish she would have. Like it would be so good. And maybe she is like writing more and I am just dying for a new Lady Taylor book. So Lady Taylor, if you're watching this, I love you so much and I need your next book right now. Anyways, so maybe she is writing something else that's connected to this world. But I don't know, I just wish there was more. Like that's not a bad complaint. Like that is a good complaint, I think. But I don't know, I'm just craving more because she's just so good, and it's just so, it's like nothing like I've ever read before. Like sure it's a YA fantasy, but like no, like it's different. It's just built different. That's so cringe. Anyways, I'm gonna stop yapping and I'm gonna go finish this masterpiece. It's over. I finished it. I'm so sad, but I'm so happy. And I feel like numb because it's over and I'm never gonna experience this again, and I know I won't. And I did not cry, which I was kind of surprised because I thought I would be absolutely sobbing. I did tear up at the end, but it was more like happiness that like they were, I can't say anything, but like more just happiness that things were finally wrapping up and like coming to a satisfying conclusion. But at the same time, I'm bitter that it's over. And this is the exact feeling that I didn't want to experience because it's like there's no more. But like at the same time, I'm so happy. And she really did me dirty at the end with the end, or is it? Like, how are you gonna do that to me? You can't just tease that to me and then have this be published when? 2018, and have nothing since then. I need more, and I'm gonna throw a tantrum. Oh my gosh, but I loved it so much and it was amazing. And now it's over and I don't know what to do. But this was absolutely like a million out of 5 stars. This is perfect. Absolutely beautiful. Ugh. I'm gonna go to bed now. Hey guys, I'm back with an update after finishing Muse of Nightmares last night. I'm still absolutely devastated, don't get me wrong, but I've also started my next read, which is really exciting because my boyfriend did pick for me. I texted him last night. I just texted him covers, so he picked this based off the cover. But I was excited for this choice, but it was also the most daunting one, and it was Crescent City. He chose Crescent City. Don't get me wrong, I'm not mad about this, but this is also like a tome. Like, this is as big as my head, kind of. And it is just a lot. Like, I've heard a lot about this, and a lot of people have said that the first like 100 or so pages are just info dump and world building like crazy, and I agree with that. I read 2 chapters and I already have notes. No spoilers, but like I have to write down every character's name and who they are and all the locations because there's so much going on. And like, don't get me wrong, I'm not mad about that. I love when high fantasies are super detailed and like have a lot of different types of characters, like not just human characters, like when there's fae, and in this there's like shifters and sprites, and like it's all like by class. It's really interesting. But for it being only 2 chapters and for us to have gotten that much, I'm very overwhelmed, but I'm not mad about it because I'm really enjoying it. It sounds super interesting so far, and I know that something is going to happen that is not good. There's going to be a murder. I don't know of who, I don't know when, but I'm kind of nervous for that. But so far, I'm really liking it. I really love Bryce and Danica's friendship so far. I think they're super cute, and I don't know, I just think it's going to be a really good time, and this is so different from Sarah J. Maas's other books. Like, they have phones in this, and like university, and like it's more technologically advanced, but with these fantastical creatures, and I think that is so interesting. Like, I've never really seen that done before, so I guess you would call this like an urban high fantasy if you were to try and classify it. I won't set any goals for progress because that is just too much for me right now, because I also have to do a whole philosophy exam. Oh, and that's getting to me. Like, my brain feels like it's kind of gonna explode a little bit. So I'm not really gonna set strict goals. I'm just gonna try and read as much as possible. And then I think right now, before I go to sleep, I've been wanting to rearrange my shelves, and I haven't gotten to it yet, but I feel like to wear myself out before I go to bed, I want to try and reorganize things a little bit. Like, not super crazy, like I don't think I'll do too much, but just kind of playing around with like where things are maybe, or just like how I display it, because I've got some like new additions and I feel like I want to switch things up just a bit. So let's go do that. Okay, bookshelf update. I didn't do like too much. I just kind of put more things together that made more sense in my brain, and I still feel like there's stuff I could change, but that's gonna be for another time because I'm ready to go to bed. But let me show you what I've done. These two shelves being my Sarah J Maas shelf, but I've moved it up to one again just because I feel like it looks a lot better to have them all together. And obviously when I finish House of Earth and Blood and get the next book, it's not gonna work because I'll need more room because like this will only fit one book. So I might have to move the rose, but in my mind, like the rose goes with A Court of Thorns and Roses, so like I don't know what I'm gonna do. But for now, I think this looks a lot better. And then I put more of like some of my favorite fantasies together. So, and like these all have dragons. So I've got my dragon and I've got Fourth Wing and Fear the Flames. And Heavenly Bodies like isn't super dragony, but I love that book and it does kind of involve a dragon. So I thought it was cute together. And of course Phantom of the Opera. And I put Narnia up here just because I like all the different colors. And it kind of was like hidden down there. I didn't really like it down there, so you know, and I still have my decor. This one's the same, Harry Potter's the same, and then this one looks a bit different. I just put When the Moon Hatched on display because I just love that cover so much. I haven't read it yet, but the cover is just beautiful. So that's looking good. These all stay the same, and then this one changed. Oh my gosh, it's so dark. This shelf is like so dark. I need to get some lights inside or something. This shelf used to be kind of just like an amalgamation of random fantasy books, and it still kind of is, but I've got Marissa Meyer together and Deborah Harkness together, so I don't know, in my mind it makes sense for them to be there. And then I have some random kind of like more cozy books, I guess. I don't really know. Like this is kind of just a random shelf, and like it makes sense for these ones, but I also don't really know what to do. So this is the same, this is the same, and then this one is hideous. It's absolutely ugly, but I just don't really know what to do. So maybe, wait, I have an idea. I don't really need all of them on display, so what if I just put Lore back there? Like, not that I don't like Lore. I haven't read it yet. I'm sure I'll like it, but we just won't display it. Or you know what, maybe maybe I'll just put it in this little one. What fit? Satisfying. Okay, that works. I'm satisfied. Alright, we've officially come to the end of this vlog, to the end of the Magical Readathon vlog. I'm so sorry this was like low-key underwhelming because I only read 2 out of the 4 books I'd planned to for my Magical Readathon TBR, but I'm still satisfied with that. Like I read 2 great books and then I'm starting another great book. As for progress, I'm like halfway through chapter 3, so not really that far, but I think I'm nearing page 50. So I will continue to read this, but that's beside the point. I'm really satisfied with my reading. You know, even though I didn't read all the books I had planned, I did have a good time reading the 2 that I did, which were Fear the Flames and Muse of Nightmares. It was a lot of fun, and you know, I don't really think I'm that good at readathons, and I don't really know if I'll do any more in the future, but like also I did have other commitments. Like I did have school and I have a job, and like YouTube is not just like my main thing, and I think that's okay. Like that's really fine. I don't really need to put more pressure on myself than there already is. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed watching, but before I go, I want to update my reading journal because I did make journal spreads for the Magical Readathon, and I want to fill out the books that I did complete for this readathon, so let's do that right now. So I'll only be crossing off 2, but that's alright with me. Okay, that is all done. So, you know, I really only completed 1 subject. I got the grade of Q in alchemy because I read both of those books, but I did not do any restoration at all. So I don't really think I made it to get my profession as an herbologist, but that's okay. There's always next year. So maybe I'll try again. Who knows? I just think it would be better for me if I did it during the summer or something, but that's out of my control. Technically I could do it whenever I want, but it's just more fun to like, I don't know, do it when in my mind I know everyone else is doing it. Anyways, that is all I have for this video. I hope you enjoyed watching, and I'll see you in my next one.